This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. Volkswagen and its former CEO, Martin Winterkorn, have agreed to a settlement over his involvement in the automaker's diesel emission scandal. Earlier this year, VW said Winterkorn breached his duty of care while leading the company and would seek damages against him. Now, Business Insider reports that Winterkorn has agreed to pay 10 million euros or $12 million in damages. Both VW and Winterkorn declined to comment. Volkswagen has paid more than 32 billion euros in fines and legal fees after it admitted to installing software in its engines to cheat on emission tests. In other legal news, late last year, Nokia won a lawsuit against Daimler over licensing of technology patents. Daimler set out to appeal that decision, but has come to an agreement with Nokia instead. Under the deal, Nokia will license mobile telecommunications technology to Daimler and get some sort of payment in return, but the terms weren't disclosed. What a race we saw on Sunday. Helio Castroneves took the lead of the Indianapolis 500 with only 2 laps to go and took the checkered flag less than half a second ahead of second place. It was a battle of the aging veterans against the young upstarts, as well as Chevrolet versus Honda. And it was the 46-year-old Castroneves in his Honda-powered race car who put an exclamation point on who won those battles. We've got some future product updates from Auto Forecast Solutions. The next generation F-150 will go into production in August of 2025, and the next generation Ford Transit van goes into production in Europe and the US around August of 2028.
The world is changing at an ever-increasing pace. No matter what the mode of transportation, there is always the need for an efficient propulsion system. And that's exactly what BorgWarner has been doing since the earliest days of the automotive industry.
Mobility is becoming electric, connected, and autonomous, just like the manufacturing world. But will always be one thing: a reliable partner for our customers.
Russia would prefer that its billionaire oligarchs buy Russian-made limousines instead of importing Rolls-Royces and Bentleys. So meet the Aura Sonat, which just started rolling down the assembly line. It's clearly a knockoff of a Rolls-Royce design with a bit of Bentley thrown in. It's powered by a twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8 with nearly 600 horsepower. It's priced at $245,000, and they're only expecting to make a couple of 100 a year. That doesn't sound like enough to make this car profitable, but Vladimir Putin is supporting the effort, so we think any oligarch with any kind of connection to the Kremlin is going to buy one. BMW is rolling out a new over-the-air update that will improve more than 1.3 million vehicles worldwide. The headline of the article touts the addition of Amazon Alexa, but we think the real benefits of OTA updates are reflected in the other upgrades. Not only were improvements made to make finding a destination easier, like the one-box search for typing in a place or address, but also the ability to shut off lane departure warning and not have it come back on the next key cycle. A correction to show the proper music cover art when a track is changed, and a fix to some surround view displays that were not showing up correctly. It's little annoyances like that that sour a customer on a brand, but now they're an easy fix, most of which can be done in the comfort of one's own home. The new Bentley Bentayga hybrid is now available to order in Europe. There's no real changes to the powertrain. It's still powered by a turbocharged 3-liter V6 engine that's paired to an electric motor, which combines for 443 horsepower. With a 17.3 kilowatt-hour battery pack, the Bentayga hybrid is rated at 25 miles or 40 kilometers of range on the WLTP test cycle. There are some minor changes to the exterior styling, which we see reflected mostly in the lower front fascia. The biggest changes come to the interior, which features a redesigned dash, instrument cluster, door trims, and steering wheel. Bentley says this is the first of 2 new hybrids to enter production this year.
We want to know what drives your testing. OTA, connected car, diagnostics, remote testing. Intrepid Control Systems is here to help you work from anywhere. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
With the shift to electrification, more and more automakers are investing in new plants to manufacture batteries. Just last week, both Nissan and Ford announced plans to open battery plants. And now Bloomberg reports that the Italian government is in talks with Stellantis to invest in EV battery manufacturing in the country. Chairman John Elkann and CEO Carlos Tavares met with Italy's economic development minister last week to discuss the possibility, but both sides declined to comment. The talks are still in early stages and no final decision has been made yet. But by the middle of the decade, Stellantis expects 1/3 of its sales in Europe will be electric, so it needs to boost battery supplies to make that happen. Car thieves can hack into your car by capturing the signal from your remote key fob. So the supplier Helio says it can eliminate that threat with ultra-wideband technology. It uses the near-field communication, or NFC setting on your smartphone. It does not use an app and will work even if you don't have an internet or network connection. It also allows you to get into your car hands-free. When you're 2 meters or 6.5 feet away from the car, it will automatically unlock, and you can start the engine once your phone is in the car. It sounds like Helio already has a customer too. It says the Smart Car Access System will go into production in 2 years. Specialty vehicle maker Rimac unveiled its all-electric Nevera Hypercar. The vehicle debuted in 2018 as a concept called the C2, but it's getting a name change for the production version. It features a 120 kilowatt-hour battery pack along with 4 surface-mounted permanent magnet motors that drive the 4 wheels individually. Thanks to that setup, the Nevera cranks out 1,914 horsepower, has a top speed of 258 miles per hour, and moves from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 1.85 seconds. It features a number of aerodynamic elements to give it a 0.3 coefficient of drag when it's in its low drag mode. It's also available with an artificial intelligence driver coach, which uses cameras, sensors, and radars to improve the driver's on-track performance. The Nevera carries a €2 million price tag, and only 150 will be built at its production site in Croatia. But that wraps up today's show. Thanks for watching.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering, boost your game. Borg-Warner, propulsion solutions that support a clean, energy-efficient world. And by Schaeffler, we pioneer motion.